Let's start today just in a comfortable seat. We'll take a few moments in a seated meditation just to ground down. So sit in a way that feels comfortable to you. Relax your hands into your lap or on your knees. Gaze down towards the floor or close your eyes, whatever feels most comfortable to you. And take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up your belly, your rib cage, and your chest. And then open mouth, exhale, sigh your breath out. Let's do two more like that together. Inhale through your nose, fill your lungs completely. Open mouth, exhale, press all the air out. One more time, deep, full inhale. Sighing breath out. This time, inhale through your nose. And with lips sealed, exhale through your nose. Start to breathe in a way that feels soothing and supportive to your entire system. And I encourage you to take your breath nice and slow, no rush to get anywhere. Find a short, gentle pause at the top of each inhale. And that same short pause at the bottom of each exhale. Explore a few rounds of breath like that. And as you continue to breathe, start to check in with the present moment. First, notice any little background noises, maybe things that you can hear outside of the room that you're in, or the music that's playing. Notice the temperature of the air around you. And add on extra layers of warmth if you need them. Start to notice the more internal sensations of your body as well. The connection between your body and whatever you're sitting on. And the sensations within your body. What do you feel in your feet, your ankles, your legs, and your hips? If any places are holding tight or there are muscles really engaging, see if you can encourage a little more softness in those places. And then with that same awareness, continue to breathe as you scan up along your spine, and across your abdomen, chest, and shoulders. And then from your hands up along your arms, back to your shoulder blades and the nape of your neck. Softening and relaxing every little space that you find along the way. Relax your jaw, your cheeks, and your forehead. Take a few more deep, slow, steady breaths here. Remember that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever external situation you find yourself in, you can always tune back into your breath. So throughout tonight's practice, use your breath as an anchor. That powerful tool that keeps you grounded and rooted in your body in the present. So if you find your mind wandering or you feel a lot of thoughts drifting through, just take a second to acknowledge them without any judgment or labeling. You can always check in with what's there. But then encourage those thoughts and distractions to pass so that your breath becomes the main focus. Just sit with that and breathe. I'll take just a couple more moments here. And if there's any intention or a mantra you'd like to repeat to yourself, now is a good time to use that as another way to set the stage for your practice. With your next cycle of breath, gently lower your chin towards your chest. Start to rock your head and neck really slowly from side to side in a really smooth half circle motion. Notice what you feel along your neck, your shoulders, your back, and your chest. You can add in full circles all the way around if you'd like. Just move really slow and gentle. Be mindful of the little subtle shifts in sensation as you move. And circle in the other direction if you haven't already. Just 1 to 3 times in each direction, depending on how fast you want to go. And the next time that your chin is at your chest, allow it to stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head and neck and curl your spine forward. Tuck your tailbone. Let your head hang heavy. Just the weight of your arms on the back of your head. Take a full breath out here. Press all the air out. And then inhale, lift your chest, lift your elbows, arch your back, lift your gaze. Let's take this just a couple times. Exhale to round and curl forward like a little crunch. And inhale to open up and expand through your heart space. One more time. Exhale, curl forward. And inhale, open up and expand. This time stay lifted. Release your hands down to your sides. Good. Swing your legs out to the side. And take a moment to come into child's pose. If you want to add a little extra cushion underneath your knees, feel free to. And your knees can be hip width distance apart or wider, whatever feels good in your body. And then stretch your fingertips forward and rest your forehead down. Right away, check in with your body here. Notice if there are any little subtle adjustments that you can make to find yourself just 10% more comfortable. Maybe elbows can bend, or arms can widen or narrow. Play around with a couple of little subtle shifts during your first couple of breaths until you find a place where you feel really comfortable, a place where you know you can hang out and just be. Allow the space around your hips to soften, as well as your shoulders and even your forehead. Perhaps rock your forehead gently from right to left, like a little massage for your third eye center. And as you do so, check back in with your thoughts. Notice if your mind has wandered. And then remind yourself of your breath. That grounding force within your body. Explore those short pauses at the top and bottom of each breath. Notice the sound your breath makes and the way that your lungs gently expand and contract with each breath cycle. We'll stay in this shape for a couple of minutes to really give your body time to adapt to the pose. For those deeper connective tissues to start to relax and soften into the shape. Try to hold your awareness on your breath. And remember that although Yin Yoga is these longer held poses, within that there's always space for mindful readjustments if you ever feel pain or discomfort. Throughout class, listen to and honor your body and what it needs. Before transitioning out of the pose, take a couple more breaths to notice what you feel. What do you feel in your hips, in your shoulders, in your jaw? Even what do you feel in your fingers and toes? And then notice the place in your body where you feel the most sensation currently. And see if you can hold your awareness on that place as you start to transition up to a tabletop shape. Start to lift your hips, walk your hands in beneath your shoulders. Check in with what you feel. And take a couple of side to side movements or a couple rounds of cat and cow. Whatever helps bring you a little release from the shape that you were just in. Take these movements slow and mindful. Might even feel good to extend one leg back at a time and stretch through your calf muscle and hamstring or the front of your hip. Continue to listen to the quality of your breath as you move. Try not to forget about its grounding qualities during the periods of transition. With the next cycle of breath, begin to lower to your forearms and continue to breathe as you scoot your knees back and release your hips to the ground. And come into Sphinx pose. So prop yourself up on your forearms. Your elbows can be approximately under your shoulders. Just make sure this feels good and supportive in your low back. If you get any kind of pinching or tightness in your low back, you could try to walk your elbows a little further forward for a more gentle sensation. Or even maybe just prop a pillow or two underneath your chest. We'll hold this shape for a couple of minutes. So keep in mind that you want it to feel sustainable, comfortable, somewhere you can be for a little while. If you are really craving a deeper stretch and you know you can hold it sustainably, you could also come up into seal pose by pressing into your palms and lifting your torso. But you know your body best, so pick what works for you. And you can choose here to keep your gaze neutral, just straight ahead, or to lift your chin for a moment and stretch the front of your neck. You know, many of us have possibly been spending more time on our phones or computers lately. So giving that space a little time to open up might be nice. Or if it feels good, just drop your chin to your chest and relax into your shoulders a bit. One of the beautiful things about yoga is that it's so easily customized to you to suit your unique needs. Find what feels good in your body and stay for a few more breaths. Let your gaze soften or your eyes close. Relax your glutes and your legs. Notice what you feel in your back, in your abdomen, in your shoulders and neck. Become aware of where you feel this pose in your body. Hold all of your awareness on that spot. Take one more deep breath in. And on your exhale, slide your elbows wide Stack your palms and rest your forehead down. Relax on your belly here. And notice the movement of your breath. So as you lie flat on your stomach, see if you can feel the expansion and contraction of your rib cage. And allow your back body to really inflate with every inhale. Observe any of the sensations from along your spine or up into your neck. Perhaps consider how this shape feels a little different than the back bend you were just in. And remain on your belly, but extend your right arm out to the side. Turn your right cheek to the ground so that you're gazing to the left. And place your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Bring your awareness to the front of your chest and the front of your right shoulder down into your right arm. We're going to navigate towards deeper sensation there. If you'd like to stay on your belly, you can. Or start to press into your left palm. Rotate your chest open towards the left. Here, your knees could stay stacked together, or your top leg could start to reach for the floor behind you. Focus again on what you feel in your chest, shoulder, and right arm. Prioritize the sensations there. And find a variation with your legs that makes holding this shape comfortable. If you need to add a little pillow or a prop underneath your head for more support, that might be nice too. And then allow your eyes to gently close. Return your focus to your breath. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Continue to breathe, and we'll be here just a couple more moments. Notice if when there is quiet time and more open space, if that's when the thoughts start to come in. And if that's true for you, that's okay. Just notice it's natural for our mind to want to think. But in these quiet moments, see if you can practice observing and slowing down some of those thoughts. If your mind tries to replay the past or jump to the future, ask it to stay in the present instead. Notice what you feel through your shoulder blade, through the front of your chest, and down into your arm. Take one more full breath in, and exhale through your mouth. Gently return to your stomach and bring your arms to a goalpost shape. Your right cheek can stay on the floor. Sway your hips gently side to side. Relax your low back. And if you'd like, you could even bring the right arm that you just stretched down alongside your hip to rest for a moment. Feel into the movement of your breath. Begin to extend your left arm out to the side. Turn your chin through center and turn your gaze to the right. Slide your right hand underneath your right shoulder and pause for a moment. Take your time, no rush to get anywhere tonight. Notice what you feel. Maybe right here is where you want to be. Or if you'd like to start to stack your right hip over your left hip, open your chest to the side of the room a little more, you can. Notice what you feel through your left arm, shoulder, and the space across your collarbones. Make sure that your legs are in a position where they're comfortable. And remember, you can always slide something underneath your cheek or between your knees so that you have a little bit more cushion. And as you hold this shape, just breathe. Check in with what you feel. Notice if any sensations have shifted or changed over the last minute or so. And with your next breath cycle, slowly transition back to your stomach. Your left cheek can remain on the floor, goalpost your arms, or reach your left arm back behind you towards your hip. Notice the movement of your breath and perhaps even feel your heartbeat against the floor. Turn your chin back to center. And slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift yourself back up just to like a sphinx pose. And then we're going to really simply just roll over onto our backs. So if you are on the floor, you may want to add a little extra cushion underneath your back. I know I always like to. If you know that you're going to go to bed right after this, this would be a good time to just transition straight into your bed. The remainder of class we'll do from a supine position. Lie down with your back nice and flat on the floor or on your bed. And bend your knees and connect the soles of your feet to the ground. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Take a couple deep breaths here. Keep your left foot grounded and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Here we're looking for sensation through the outer edge of your right leg and into your right glute and hip. If you feel something here, stay. If you're craving a little bit more sensation, interlace your fingers around the back of your left thigh and gently draw your left knee in towards your torso. Assure that your head and neck can still comfortably relax on the ground. If holding your knee in causes your head to lift, either release your foot back to the floor or slide a pillow or some type of cushion under your head so that you can still soften against something. And then notice what you feel through your hip, through your leg, through your glutes. Allow your shoulders, jaw, and forehead to soften. As you explore this shape in your body, try to keep your mind present too. What do you feel? Are there any little ways you could readjust for it to feel even better? And are you still breathing? Take a full inhale, fill up completely. Open mouth, exhale, side out. One more like that. Breathe in, fill up. And this time on your exhale, gently release from the pose. And extend both legs out long for a little mini pre-shavasana. Your hands could be on your torso or palms face up to your sides. Relax your feet, your legs, and your hips. Feel the support of the floor beneath you. Allow your body to come back to a more neutral shape. Acknowledge how different this might feel compared to the posture you were just in. What do you feel through your glute, hip, and outer leg now? Welcome in another breath or two. When you're ready, reconnect the soles of both feet back to your mat. This time, cross your left ankle over your right knee. Supine figure 4. Oftentimes, one side of our bodies ask for something a little different than the other. So before you rush into the same variation as before, take a second to pause. Ask yourself what this side needs. Notice your hip, leg, and glute, and choose to stay here or to interlace your fingers around the back of your right thigh and hug that leg in a little closer. Add in the supportive props if you wish. And encourage your shoulders and the back of your head to relax against the support of the ground. If the quality of your breath has been altered during the transition between poses, just notice it. See if you can create that slow, gentle rhythm again. And if your mind starts to try to time travel to the past or to the future, remind yourself what is real in the here and now. What do you feel? What do you see? What do you hear? Check in with your senses. Listen to 2 more cycles of breath at your own pace. And as that second cycle is complete, slowly and gently re-extend your legs out long. One more little mini Shavasana preview here. Place your arms where they feel most comfortable and extend out through your legs. Allow your spine to align in a nice neutral position down the center of your space. Then softly rebend your knees. Connect the soles of your feet to the ground. And extend your feet up towards the ceiling, as if you were in legs up the wall. Your knees can be bent a little. You could even hold onto the back of your thighs to support this pose. You can roll out your ankles, point or flex your feet. If you prefer to practice happy baby pose, or if there's another posture that's calling to you to help close out your practice, feel free to add in what your body desires. But doing some type of inversion where your feet are higher than your heart is a really lovely way to calm your nervous system, especially before bed. From here, in slow motion, start to hug your knees in towards your torso and draw some little circles with your low back against the ground. Just a little gentle massage for your sacrum. And hug your knees in close. Take a deep breath in. Option to lift your head towards your kneecaps. And on your exhale, extend your arms and legs out long to your final resting pose, Shavasana. The first couple moments here, just make yourself cozy. If you need to grab an extra blanket or pillow or put on a jacket, now is the time. Create a space that feels really comfortable. A space where your body can fully relax. Start to notice your toes. And relax all the muscles along the arches of your feet, up around your ankles. Allow your awareness to slowly spiral upward, softening your calf muscles, your knees, your upper legs, and all the muscles around your hips and pelvis. Relax your abdomen, your shoulders, and every muscle down along your arms, all the way to the tips of your fingertips. Relax the nape of your neck, the muscles in your jaw, even your tongue and your cheeks. See if you can soften the little subtle movements of your eyes and eyelids. Relax your forehead. And observe if your mind still feels a little busy. Notice the places that your thoughts drift and wander to, and explore them with a sense of curiosity, but without judgment or attachment. Remind yourself you are not your thoughts. You are simply the awareness of them. For these next couple of minutes, practice presence. If your mind starts to shift or drift or wander, just keep bringing it back to the here and now. Remember, your breath is your anchor. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Continue to watch your breath. And I'll let you know when it's time to reawaken. If you'd like to stay here longer, you're welcome to. If you're ready to reawaken, do so gently and slowly. Begin with a couple deep breaths, some subtle movements of your hands and feet. Connect the soles of your feet to the ground. Maybe sway your hips or knees a little side to side. And eventually curl over to your favorite side. Take a couple more deep breaths there. And as you're ready, gently guide yourself up to a seat. Eyes can even stay closed. Once seated, press your palms together in front of your heart. Remember that no matter where you are, what you're doing, or what situations you find yourself in, your breath is always with you. Continue to come back to it as an anchor in your daily life, the same way you come back to it during your practice. Take a moment to send some gratitude to yourself for carving out the time and space for self-care this evening. And gratitude to the others on this call that joined you and practiced with you tonight. We are all on this journey together. Remember that even when we are somewhat isolated, we are never alone. So some gratitude to this community, some gratitude to those you love, people around you. Thank you for joining me tonight. Namaste.